What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today, guys, is going to be just one video dedicated to the brand new League SBCs, how to grind them, how to make the most of them, what the best methods are, and so on and so forth. I'm going to try and keep it as clear and concise as possible, but it's me. So get ready to hear me over-explain everything. Twice, probably. But yeah, the Europe and Asia SBCs are here. And since they've been released, I've just had a lot of, how do I grind these? And listen, I get it, right? It's June. No, some people don't want to grind this. Fair enough. If your team's already insane, if you just don't care about menu grinding, if you hate the low-level BPM upgrade method grinding, that's fine, right? But there's a lot of you guys out there that are actually still playing this game, enjoying this game, grinding this game. Some of you have just started playing the game. Some of your teams are way behind because you didn't play for a long period of time. And you're able to use this to your advantage in the game. So, in a nutshell, I'm going to read you, first of all, I want to read you Nick's tweet because it goes a long way to explaining very simply, and I'm going to showcase, but a long way to explaining very simply how it works. In a nutshell, Nick said, 2 hours ago, at 982,000 coins, I said we would do the BPM until we went under 980,000 coins. I've stored everything in the club, and we're now at 988,000 coins, with every possible League SBC player packed and stored. The grind is insane right now. And that's absolutely true. BPM right now is on fire. Now, of course, the market will change. And so what I tweeted was a too long didn't read of how to grind these two here, not just for the ultimate pack, because for me it's not about that ultimate pack. It's about a consistent long-term easy release of packs. Basically, I said too long didn't read of how to grind the new League SBCs. Number 1, open bronze packs, which we're going to go and do in a second. Number 2, sell all players from Europe that you get in bronze packs, of course. Number 3, keep all players from Asia that you get in the bronze packs, of course, unless it's a duplicate, in which case sell it on, why not? Number 4, complete Asia. Number 5, sell all tradable players from the Asia packs. Number 6, repeat 1 and 5 until Europe can be completed from the untradable Asia packs, which won't be a quick, easy process either, but we'll get to that in a second. And then I did say the something to consider is that for Japan, Korea, and Saudi, you will need to buy 1 to 2, 1 gold or 2 silver players for rating. But the profits or the cost of those players will be covered by the profits of bronze pack method. Now, last night, the Saudi Arabian silver players were coming in at 5 to 6k. The Finnish players were coming in at 6k. Hungarians were extinct at 10k. And that's why I think for Europe it's a bit different, but the market will most certainly stabilize, right? So if they were 5 to 6k last night, I mean, there's one for 4k. There you go. You're looking at like maximum 5,000 coins for these Saudi Arabians, right? And that's absolutely fine because you won't need many, especially if you can get a silver rare. As high rated as possible, obviously, would be the ideal. But then, do they have any golds? No golds. And so we also have to consider Japan. Now, Japan do have golds. And so that will be super easy for the rating of the Japanese. So there you go. 1,000 coins for the Japanese golds. And then the Koreans, I believe, they've got a couple of common golds, haven't they? No, what would be under South Korea? Let's go here. Or is it Korean Republic that it puts it on under here? Where does it put it? Yeah, Korea Republic. There we go. So for Korea, it has got obviously Son. But yeah, it's got Kim Shin Wook at 1,000 coins on bid. And I think that's it. Oh, there you go. And a goalkeeper as well. And Hwang as well. So Hwang's up to 2k. But Korean golds are there as well. And not quite as expensive, and I assume the silvers as well. Yeah, there's silvers as well, so not too expensive either. So the only one team, the only one nation that is going to be difficult to get in terms of coin value is going to be Saudi Arabia, because you're going to have to buy 2 silvers. With regards to Australia, it's a 62 rated, China a 60 rated, Japan 67 rated. You might want to buy both the golds, and Korea 66 rated. So to complete the whole Asia set whilst opening bronze packs, you don't even need that many players. You're looking at about 50 because of the ones that you're going to buy, right? And so when you open a bronze pack, there is a lot to consider with every individual bronze pack. So the first thing we need to think about is time. You want to do this as quick as possible. You might want to put a checklist next to you, because if you have a checklist of the positions you need and the average rating that you're picking up, I now have a 61 rated Korean player, which if you wanted to sell him, you could sell him for maybe 700 coins, which is why BPM is already so profitable if you just want coins, because we make profit there. The China 200 coins, obviously you'd keep him. But then you get these 2 guys here. Now, of course, you could use Greaves for England. I don't think Ireland has a nation in Europe. And I'm expecting like South America or Americas to pop up as well. Yeah, Ireland isn't there. There's a few big nations, but already we've got 2 players to our goal. So 1 bronze pack, and then with these 2 here, there's a few things you could do. You could either discard them, try and get some coins back. We'd make 31 coins back, but that's neither here nor there. Or you could keep them and use them in some of the other national SBCs, even though they're low rated, even though Ireland isn't there. There's a few, for example, Russia, is it? Yeah, Russia requires 5 players only from Russia. So you can use the Irish players to fill out the rest of it, or the low-rated English players to fill out the rest of it, no problem at all. Alternatively, you can store them and then put them into 2-player upgrade packs. And out of the silver 2-player upgrade packs, you might get the Chinese silver, the Saudi silver, etc. And we get ourselves another Korean there. And I think it's fair to say that you're gonna see a lot of really easy content. Now, even the Germans, basically all of the bronzes from the major nations aren't really that relevant, because the major nations require 75 to 77 rated squads. Let me flip these cards. So Austria is a 60 rated squad, Belgium is a 62 rated squad, and then with LibSud cards, I mean, you can save them if you want, and do the low end LibSud squads as well, or you can sell them. You'll make 200, 300 coins for each one, even the goalkeepers. Leroy here for a Frenchman, again, only 200 coins, and then the Polish goalkeeper, only 200 coins. So you don't want to, there's no point trying to sell the major nations if they're not selling, right? So Austria, Belgium, Croatia are all super rated, super low rated. Czech Republic, Denmark are all super low rated. England is a 77. Finland is super low rated. And Wales, and this is why BPM makes so much profit, Wales is very expensive. So 2,500 coins for this guy right here. We pop him on, boom, we make a good bit of profit. We get another Chinese player, German and English, another Chinese player, and another English, and a German who's actually reasonably enough high rated that he might have sold, but he isn't. So 200 coins. We'll send those guys into there, and we'll discard the remaining items. And that Welsh player would have sold very, very quickly. So England is 77 rated, Finland is super low rated, France is 78 rated, Germany is 75 rated, Hungary is 60 rated and only require 5 players. And so even for someone like this guy here, you can use this in the Hungary squad, right? There's a fair few South Africans that you can use, a couple of golds as well, just to boost up the rating. Not that you need it anyway, but they're nice and cheap. And then we've got Denmark. This guy probably sells 200-300 coins because he's a major nation for a low rated squad. Belgium was super low rated as well, so this guy will probably sell. Yeah, I mean, look, that's another like 14, 15, maybe even 1,600 coins. He can go, and then Romania isn't there, so he'll stay in the club, and we'll discard the rest. As we move on, Italy is a 70 rated. Macedonia is a 63 rated with only 5 Macedonians needed. And those Macedonian players are very expensive. So if you pack a Macedonian, then, you know, again, you're making even more profit from the BPM. So we get nothing of any true... I mean, he might sell because of League SBCs specifically, because obviously the Mexican League is still there. And so we'll be able to get some profit from him. And as I say, I know there's probably a lot of people out there that are like, come on, man, it's June, I don't want to be doing this. And if that's the case for you, just click off the video, no dramas. But I know there's a lot of people out there that are still putting time into this game. I personally don't think it's going to require a lot of time investment to get this underway and making good money. And we get 2 Turkish players here. So Turkish player will sell for like 500, maybe 600. Belgian player again for maybe like 600. We get another Turkish player here for maybe like 600-700. We'll store all that into the club for now. I don't think we'll get anything for him. We'll discard him. As we move on, Netherlands is a 75 rated, as is Portugal. Poland is 63. Russia is 67, but only 5 Russians needed. Scotland is 65. Slovakia is 64 rated, so super low rated. Spain is another 77. And then we've got Sweden 65 rated, and we just packed a Swedish player there, so he'll probably be selling. Maybe 200, maybe not. We got an Australian there that is super valuable, and a couple of players that don't mean too much. Ukraine is 62 rated, Turkey is 68 rated, Wales is 62 rated, Switzerland 67 rated. So in terms of the major leagues, other than like what we got Spain, Portugal, Netherlands, Italy, Germany, France, England. 7 of the nations require expensive players. Sorry, high-rated squads. Scotland, super cheap there as well. Another Saudi player, which is very nice. Another Korean player as well, as a duplicate too, would you believe? But yeah, there's 7 of the 24 teams, 23 teams that require a 75 rated squad, which actually makes them super cheap to do, because the Spanish common golds are just going to be dirt cheap as always. There's just too many of them. Same with Portuguese players, same with English players. There's just too many players to make them of any value, of any note. So Swiss players, yeah, maybe like 700 for him. We get a Japanese player that we're of course going to keep, and a Portuguese player here that, even though Portugal has a super low rated squad, a 77 rated squad, we'll still be able to sell him on. So the idea would be, again, in a nutshell, the idea would be open bronze packs till your heart's content, right? Store all of the Asian teams, Japan, Australia, Czech Republic, there it is, isn't it? Look at that, he's like 4K. Japan, Australia, Sweden again. Oh, he's not selling, so we'll hold on to him for ourselves. And the German the same. Yeah, Japan, Australia. China, Saudi Arabia, and Korea. You store all of those. And of those, Australia looks like it's coming in quite expensive for some reason. I don't think any of them realistically are going to be that expensive. And what these offer back as packs, I wouldn't be able to tell you which ones are untradeable right now. We'll go and have a look in a second. But a small prime silver players pack, and once again, because of the situation with certain major nations being super expensive, silver player packs are going to be super valuable right now. A small election players pack, a prime mixed players pack, a small prime gold players pack, a small rare mixed players pack, and then a 45k pack to end. So to get the 50 or so players that you might need is going to be easy. There's another Japanese, and there's a Belgian that should be selling. It's going to be easy. It's going to take some time commitment to get it underway. But what you might end up finding as well is that through a stint of BPM, you might find that you end up completing 2 versions of the Japanese squad and 2 or 3 versions of the Korean squad. Maybe 3 times over the Australian squad, because you'll end up getting more. There's not just 11 players for these nations. There's considerably more, right? And so with that in mind, I will sell the Scotsman. With that in mind, it should be just really, really easy to grind, make profit from selling the bronze players, store all of the major nation low rateds, obviously make profit from selling any duplicates and completing Asia relatively comfortably. And we get another Welsh player there, which is another like 1,500 coins. which is fantastic. And you're just going to make coins, right? I don't know what I started with when I started recording 15 minutes ago. How many coins do we have? We had 424,000 when I started. We're now at 426,000. I've obviously stored a whole bunch, and I've got contracts and stuff that I can store as well. Can like quick sell for some coin return, and we've got loads of stuff on the trade pile that hasn't sold yet. So we're already in very decent profit from this BPM stint. Of course, the more people that do this, the lower the prices become, because there's way more supply and the demand will remain the same, right? So don't be surprised if these Welsh players I'm selling now for 1,600 in a day are 1,200, in a week are 600. The same with you know, the Saudi Arabian silvers. They were 6 to 7k last night, and now today they're 4 to 5k. Tomorrow they might be 3 to 4k. Don't be surprised if they come down, but that's just a good thing as well, because that means when it comes time to buying the extras for the packs, it's going to be way cheaper. It's like it always balances out, just depending on which way around you're doing things. So we get another Turkish player there, we'll sell him. We get a Polish player here, we'll sell him. And then after that, once you've kind of like had your fulfillment of bronze packs, and that might be opening 10, 100, 10,000 coins worth, whatever it may be, you then got a few like next steps. So just to show you what sold here, Portuguese, a Belgian, he sold as well. 2.5k for the Welshman, 600 for the Turk, 1,600 for the Belgian, 600 for the Turkish player, and 700 for the Swiss player. And then I already had some stuff on the trade pile anyway. And then we've got all of this to go. So some of this won't sell. Some of this most definitely will. He will certainly sell. And then the Welsh player here, he will certainly sell as well. And so we've made probably about like 8 to 10k profit just there, right there, let alone what we put into the club. Now, once again, what you can do to aid yourself with rating and silvers and all sorts is you can do the bronze upgrade pack, right? The bronze upgrade pack can be nice and easy. Of course, now it's going to be a bit different because a lot of the players that you used to put in the bronze packs, you don't want to anymore. For example, those Austrians, we used to flood the bronze upgrade with the Austrians because they were an off nation and an off league. Well, now they're not an off nation, they're just an off league. So you put whatever players you want, whatever players you feel necessary into the bronze upgrade packs, and the amount of cards that are good for these 2 SBC sets from silver packs is outrageous. There's Australians, Koreans, Germans, there's, well, and lots of Austrians, lots of them. There's a Japanese player there, 65 rated, saves me having to go and buy it, allows me to use a lower rated Japanese bronze player, and basically you go from there. Moving on from that, once you've dealt with your bronze players in whatever way you see fit, it comes then to building these SBCs. Now, what I will say is, if you know you've got a full squad, building these on the web app is considerably easier, right? You just set it low to high, it presets a nation, you press fill, and boom, boom, job's done, right? What do we get some of? We got quite a lot of Chinese, right? So I didn't really have that many Chinese. I just had a couple left after I did this yesterday for a few times. But what you then want to do is go, and what's brilliant about this as well is that it only requires 85 chemistry, which is really nice from EA, right? Like the fact that it's one nation, but only 85 chem instead of 95 chem, you would have thought they would have made it 95 chem because it's one nation, right? But they've done a good job there. So what you want to do then is you want to go and fill out your squads here. So we've got the rating, nice and easy. Let's see if we can put the chemistry together as well. 82, so we will be able to. Let's pop that in there. Let's bring a lot of these bronzes in. I want to get this rating down as much as possible. That's 61. Let's bring him in there. There you go. So 60 rated squad. I've still got 4 silvers left for the next time around. We're at 100 chemistry, so let me actually take him for him. And let's take him for him. We'll save 2 of the like outfield players and swap them out for 2 goalkeepers. So this super nice, super easy. And what you want to do, I think this one's tradable. What you want to do is when you open these packs, you can open them all at once or you can open them as you go, your choice. I personally would open them as I went because you might get a silver player in here that helps you with one of the other teams. But in terms of the tradables, sell everything unless it goes back into the Asia SBC. In terms of the tradable packs, right? You want to sell everything. So we end up getting a Belgian who is selling for about 1,500 coins as a bare minimum. We end up getting a German silver who's selling by looks things for about 1,000 coins. Okay, there's one there for 400, but he's the lowest. So I'll list mine up for, we'll start him at 400 and go to 800. We've got a French left back now. A French centre back. Now France requires some rating, so almost 2,000 coins for Diop. We've got a Dutch, no, not a Dutch, a Dane centre back who isn't really selling for that much, but he's a duplicate anyway. We get an Austrian left back who, again, as I said, Austria is not going to be an expensive one. They've got too many players. And then we get Adu, who's just going to be discard. So from the tradable packs, sell everything, right? From the untradable packs, okay, so I've already opened the untradable packs, which is these two here. Store all of it and use what you get out of this and the main pack to start building the the major nation stuff, right? The European stuff. I don't mean major nation necessarily, like the European stuff. Let's see if we can put together the Australian squad as well. Australia, mate, just really good at that. Let's pop him in there. Pop him there. Him there. I'm going to struggle for chemistry here, that's for sure. Yeah, I am. I mean, like here, I just don't have the chemistry, right? I can get some chem, but I just don't have the chemistry right here. I can get like 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get like a few bits of extra chem, but I'll just wait until I pack one more Australian player. And my rating is already so high as well. In fact, if I actually went to Australia 200, I'd probably find a couple of goalkeepers there. There's a cam there. So I mean, you could easily get these players super cheap. You didn't even get that much chemistry off of him. You know, you could get like the players if you wanted to. I personally wouldn't recommend going and buying them with coins because this is exactly why the bronze pack method is valuable, because it's easy to make coins from these low rated cards if you want to sell them, right? So where we're at now, if we convert him up to a right forward, which again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using position modifiers when the chemistry requirements are so low, but for the sake of this video, to complete this pack, we're going to turn that in there. It gives us a small prime silver players pack, which, as I said again, the small prime silver players pack, this is a tradable pack as well. This can return so much good value for none other than the fact that so many of the silver nations are worth so much right now. So a Scottish player, Scottish bronzes weren't worth that much, but he's worth like 500, 600, maybe 500, maybe 400, 500 is a fair representation. The Mexican might still sell as well because he's a League SBC card, so we'll try and sell him on. Another Scotsman there for about maybe another 400, 500, 600. The Irishman will keep. The Swiss goalkeeper, maybe again 700, 800 coins on him. And then the Portuguese left mid, maybe like 800 coins on him. So again, money made back from that, and some one extra card stored. And then when you can, you just go into the Europe sector. And what do we get? We got some. I've probably got some Austrians. Actually, maybe not. You know, you just go into the Europe sector and you just fill it in. You just fill it up. I mean, I have got a lot of Austrians. Now, this is 60 rated as the minimum. So if we went low to high, oh, there you go. I mean, we'll be able to put a full set of bronzes in here. Now, of course, imagine just being able to sell these instead and use untradable golds or untradable silvers that you might pick up, because it will be a lot easier. Didn't that striker that I have, was he Austrian? Was he worth like 3.5k? Or was I just being silly? This guy's probably worth like 500 coins. There is just genuinely an intense amount of profit to be made from all of this. There you go. There's our 85 chemistry. And I know it's another silver players pack, but the rules from the major league stays the same. What I would do is when you get to the Europe League, everything that's tradable, sell it, unless it goes back into Asia, right? If it goes back into, is this tradable? Yeah, so this guy, sell him, right? Because this is where you're going to end up not only having an infinite supply of packs, but this is also where you're going to end up making an intense amount of coins that they will just creep up without you even realizing. I promise you. You'll end up making like a 30 to 60 minute period anywhere from like 30 to 40, maybe 50,000 coins or more, depending on how lucky your pack luck is, right? Because all of these little like 400s and 700s and 600s, it all adds up. It all adds up. Then we'll discard all of this. We'll check this Derby County kit on the market. Maybe like 300 coins. We'll get rid of him. We'll check him on the market. Yeah, maybe like 300, 400 coins. Get rid of this, and store him into the club for hopefully if they bring South America or the Americas, that would be nice. So again, when I started, we had 4,000 coins. Now I spent a little bit on those Australians. We're 2,000 coins in profit, and we're well on our way. Well on our way. And all you have to do is just rinse and repeat that process. And so, as I said, in simple terms, spam bronze packs until your heart's content. Keep Asia, sell Europe. Once you're at a point where you feel like you just need a change or you want to move on to the next step, go and put all your off-league, off-nation bronzes into upgrade packs. Get the silvers that will also help a little bit. Then go and start completing Asia. If you've completed Asia, brilliant. Sell all the tradables, store all the untradables, rinse and repeat. Once you get to a point where you feel like, even if you can just complete one team, right? So you might get into a position. You might get into a position where you open, like, you know, let's say you open one of the packs from Asia, the mixed players pack or whatever, right? Or let's say you open a premium gold players pack from Asia because you completed England. And in that premium gold players pack, you end up getting yourself a duplicate. Well, let's just see what we get here. Let's say you get a duplicate Spanish player. Okay, so now you might as well just go and do Spain and, you know, just knock that out of the park. Because like I said, these guys are just going to stay dirt cheap. Spain is just going to be cheap. For a 25k pack, I don't know what it actually says it is here, but I promise you, Spain will be 400 coins per card. Spain will be like 4.8k at most. This says Spain is 9.5k. It just won't be. And that's for a mega pack. Now, it's an untradeable mega pack, but it's for a mega pack. And look what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spanish players in this pack. That's half the squad done already. And so that, guys, is how you grind the new 2 League SBCs. It is super simple. It is not, I would say it is a time sink, but this, for me personally, this is on a par with the Sudamericana grind from last year. It's just that once you just need that groundwork, that initial groundwork of spamming those bronze packs and getting the flow going. Because once you get to a point where you're actually like opening a lot of Europe and building a lot of Europe, you'll find that you'll end up filling up most of the squads from all the other teams as you go. Because what you're putting in, you're getting back. So, for example, what I mean there is, as I said, it's 55 players that you put into Australia and into Asia, and what you get back is 6, 12, 24, 30, 36, plus the 12 from the Prime Gold Players Pack. You get 48 players back of a much higher standard, a much higher quality than the 55 that you put in, because you get, what's that, 12 golds, 13, 14 golds, 4 more golds there, 18 golds, 6 more there, 24 golds you get back, 25, 26, 27, no, yeah, 20, 25 or so, 24 or so golds you end up getting back for a very, very intense bronze input, right? So the trade-off there, even though you're getting 5 less players back, is massive. And then similarly for Europe, 24 squads, they don't all require 11 players. One nation requires 10, and several nations require 5 from that nation, which means a lot of the fodder, a lot of the crap that you get that you can't put anywhere else from these Asia packs, you can put into those squads as well. And it's just what it allows you to do is, from this point on in the game, it allows you to make profit from bronze packs, profit from these packs most likely, and it will give you an endless supply of packs. And they're not bad packs. I mean, even in the Asia tab, the packs are decent, right? Small Prime Silver Players Pack, good for the Silvers. An Electrum Players Pack is all right, but Prime Mix Players Pack is good. Small Prime Gold Players Pack is good. Small Rare Mix Players Pack is good. And a Prime Gold Players Pack is good. They're not insane or anything. And then from this one, these obviously are quite poor. The silver one, Small Electrum Players Pack is okay. But then you get Jumbo Premium Silver Pack, that's very good. Premium Gold Players Pack, that's very good. Small Prime Electrum is okay. Rare Electrum Players Pack from France is very good. Small Prime is decent. Prime Gold for Germany is very good. Rare Electrum from Italy is very good. Small Rare is good. Mixed Players Pack is okay. Prime Electrum is good. Premium Gold Players Pack from Portugal is very good. Small Prime Gold Players Pack is good from Russia. Small Electrum Players Pack is only okay, and Small Prime is only okay. A Mega Pack from Spain is very good. Mix from Sweden is okay. Small Rare Mix is very good from Turkey. Premium Electrum from Switzerland is very good because all of these have silver in, which is just going to help you complete Asia again, right? Which is very good, of course. In fact, if we go to Switzerland now, and I'll end off here because I didn't want this to be too long. 67 rated Swiss squad is what we would need. No, hello. There we go. A 67 rated Swiss squad. Have I got enough Swiss players? I sure have. Oh, I sure have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the exact perfect rating. Now we just need to get ourselves the chemistry, which is not going to be difficult either. There you go. So this is for a Premium Electrum Players Pack. And with that Premium Electrum Players Pack, as I say, the fact that you get so many players returned is good. You obviously have the chance of hitting something nice, and we have got a board. I couldn't remember if this one was tradable or not. Either way, it doesn't matter because it's going to be helpful. Now, it's not tradable, but we've now picked up an 85 rated Milinkovic-Savic that's worth 10k to put into an SBC. We've also got Macedonia, who do have... Yeah, he's actually expensive. Yeah, he's like 3k. So that's a quality card as well. Russia, again, very good. He will go into the Russia squad. He's worth 1,500 coins. And Spain. And then from these ones, again, we get a Japanese player there, which is perfect for the Asia segment that we've got. And this is where what I would do now is I would say to myself, all right, are these tradable? If I flip them, no. Is Keane tradable? No. Is Gola tradable? No. Yes, he is. So I'd sell him. And I doubt this guy's tradable, and I don't even care if he is. He's going to go. So now, instead of throwing these two cards away, you've got options of these, right? Number one, you could either go and do Spain and go and do England and get those packs, which would be great. You know, you might have to buy some players here or there. If you don't want to have to buy players, if your budget is super low, if you don't really have that many coins, that's one thing. Or you can go and put these into a two-player upgrade pack, or whatever upgrade packs might be there from tonight at 6 p.m. on Sunday. You could do that. So that, guys, is what I would do. Hey, buddy, you okay? And that is going to be the end of the video, just as my son's here. How you doing? No packs today, I'm afraid, mate. Maybe later, okay? You're going to say hello to everyone? Hello. And say goodbye to everyone. Bye. And that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace. Say peace. Loudly. Peace. Good boy.